Evening, everyone. I'll wait for some people to come on here. Okay. Well, whoever's on here, just let me know that you can hear me and it's going live, all right? Oh, here we go. Hello, Christy. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Dale. Hello, Debbie. Hope you're all keeping well. Yes, I'm well, thank you. I intend to stay that way. Oh dear, what's happened to me? What's happened to me here? That's it. I had my first haircut in months and it's still gone wrong. There's somebody under there, but I can't see you. Hold on, let me just scroll down. Oh, there's more than I thought there was, guys. I couldn't see you all, sorry. Hello, good evening, nice to see you. Hello, Mia, Maya, Penelope, Welsh, Vicky Davey. Yes, hello all of you. Thanks for joining me tonight. Now, I think there was a, I don't know whether my son was going to join in with this live video or not, but I can't seem to get hold of him. So I'll do the best I can to take some questions on here if anybody wants to ask any. If anybody does call me, then I'll try and see if I can get him to take some questions. He might be working. Okay. It's difficult to see the questions because I've got to sort of look down here as well. I can hear you. Hi Elaine, good evening. So which way are we going? What got on there first? Yeah, excuse me. I'm not like I used to doing lives on the group, you see. Normally my son takes the questions. Can hear you fine. Okay. Greetings from Australia. Thank you, Elizabeth. I'm sort of trying to look at the screen and look at that at the same time. Don't know how you get it where the questions just scroll up by themselves, but they don't seem to. Okay. Hi. I'm not going to go into trance, okay? Because there's no one here to take the questions if I did. So if you want to ask me, hello, honey. If you want to ask me any questions, then I'm going to have to sort of scroll the page and take the questions at the same time. So here we go. Okay, Michelle, my first time here, having discovered you only recently. Great to be here with you tonight. And you, Michelle, thank you for joining us. You have 44 now. Thank you, darling. Yeah, there's quite a few here. I'm sort of scrolling down. Hello from Denise in Dover. Hello, Denise in Dover. Good evening to everyone, so I don't miss anybody out that way. Now, does anybody want to ask any questions? Say about trance and my journey, about perhaps your communication with spirit and how you can make it better, and how I can drink a cup of tea at the same time. Nothing like a good old British cup of tea, is there? Makes everything okay for a little while. Okay. Oh, I've just discovered something. Oh, that's right. Sorry if I don't see all your questions because I'm just not. How long did you practice before going public from Arlene Mills? Okay, a long time, Arlene. I can't remember exactly because before I did start this going public on here, there never used to be live on here. It only started in the last couple of years, didn't it? I used to sit with a friend, Alison, who's on Facebook, and I started joining her agency, and that's one of the first bits of public work I did. Do you know what events are coming in 2022 in Newcastle? No, I don't. Sorry. Oh, God, he's just appeared up the screen. He's gone up the screen quicker than... Yes. Are Spirit watching what's going in the world right now? Catherine Ann. Yes, I think they do. I think they watch what's going on, and they watch over us and look after us, Catherine. And I think they do know what's going on, yes, because they seem to know things that are going to happen in the future. And we ask them, and sometimes they give us premonitions and things. So it seems like it's somewhat planned, and they seem to know what's going on and what isn't going to happen and what is. I won't be doing any readings on here. Hello. I won't be doing any readings on here tonight, obviously, because Anne-Marie has said, did I make the right decision in my relationship? But it has to feel right, Anne, in your heart and in your mind. It has to, doesn't it? So if you feel better and you feel that you've, like, your higher self has helped you make the right decision and it feels good for you, then that is a good thing. So I hope that you will be fine. Okay, happy from you. Hi, Alan. Hello, sweetheart. Yeah, I see you on there the other night. You're always giving people readings. Thank you for doing that. And yeah, I think the sun and the makeup makes you look well, doesn't it? But thank you for saying that. Yeah. Is my son with me? Oh wait a minute. Sorry, love. You've gone up the screen. God, how do you manage this, Alan? Is my son with me, Debbie? Yes, I should think he is, Debbie, watching over you. You've only got to think of him and he'll be there. You're looking good, Elaine. Yes, well, I've tied some of the hair back. That's got out of the way. Hi, Siobhan. I'm going through the chemo at the minute and am I going to be okay? Well, I can't promise anything because I can't diagnose anything, Siobhan, but I'll put you in my healing prayers. And I'm sure that everybody on here, pray for Siobhan that she's going to be okay, please. Put her in your prayers, everyone. Siobhan McGavigan. I am not new to you, but new here on live. Thank you, Dale, for joining us. How would you recommend to practice trance? Is there an easy exercise? Well, that's meditation and perhaps joining in with other groups, Maya, and so that they can support you in your meditation. Some people like to meditate alone, don't they? And some people prefer to be in a group, but that's the best way to connect, through meditation and peace of mind, and asking them to come. Shane Ford, when is the book coming? God knows, I've got paintings to do, Shane, and life sometimes gets in the way, doesn't it? You get busy doing household things, and Sir Jack of, cooking and goodness knows what. Not that I can cook very well anyway. There you go. Do spirit people miss their family after they pass over? I guess they miss us, but in a different way, Catherine. They know that we'll be okay and they love us, but I guess sometimes they may miss giving us a hug. Now someone's asked me something. Oh dear, what's that? Not set. Ooh, help me, somebody. Someone asked how I'll do my paintings, and now the question's gone. No, I don't want to get that. Oh dear, what have I done now? Damn. Close, yeah, that's better. Don't ask me these things on this group. How do you know if your guide is... Oh no, these questions keep disappearing. Sorry if they do disappear up screen. I don't know how to get them all on here. Seems like the old questions are there. How do I do this, Shane? Any ideas? Can you tell me about your breathing technique? That's from Dale. Dale, I just take deep breaths. And sometimes I've got mild asthma, so I do get short of breath. And if I concentrate too much on my breathing, then it becomes awkward. So I just try to relax as much as I can. I find if you concentrate on your breathing, then you make it absolutely difficult. So it's better to just take one deep breath and try to relax and not think too much about breathing. Some it suits and some it doesn't. How do you know if your guide is wanting to do trance work with you? Rachel, I can feel him close to me sometimes, even when I'm not planning to do it. I feel him close. wanting to come near to me. Do you sit every day by yourself, or did you unfold in trance in a circle? From Maya. No, I sat in a circle for quite a few years. I sat in one for a couple of years, and then I moved on to do my own circle for over 6 years, which was still sitting in. I think I'm good, thanks. Good, Alan. I'm glad you're well. Now, do excuse me if I'm going the wrong or the right way, because when I get to the certain part here, some of the questions are disappearing, so do take my apologies if I do miss things. How do you know if your guide is wanting to do trance work? Well, I think I've just answered that one. What do you think of the cosmic ordering? Great stuff, Susan. That is absolutely brilliant, because I've done cosmic ordering for years, and I'm not rich and live in mansions and anything like that. I'm not bothered about that. But yeah, little things that I've ordered cosmically in my mind, and they've come around. Even if they come around years later, they do come around. So it's really good. Like my guide says, you just got to see yourself with the end result, and see yourself actually having it or being in what you want to be in. Can you share a breathing technique? Yeah, I think you already asked that. Hello again with London, slowly getting back to normal. Hope to see you in the flesh soon. Yes, hope to be back there. I love it. I love coming to London. Hopefully we'll be back there soon. Thank you, Rebecca. Thanks for your support. Now there's so many questions here, so I'm just scrolling down. And I think I'm going over old ones, so it's really difficult. Alan Acton is probably used to this because he does a lot of readings. Comment moderation, what the heck is that? Yeah. No, I don't know what I've done there. I haven't got a clue. So I know you're all sending questions. As I say, once again, please forgive me if I miss them. I should just scroll down as best I can, and hopefully I'm not going over the same ones. Is there no time in the spirit world? From Wayne. Do you think it possible that the guy in trance into is really you from a past life? No, it doesn't. It's not me from a past life, Wayne. He feels like another being, but we feel like we're as one, and so it feels separate but together. So I know he's separate from me because I've dreamt about him as being a separate being in the dream, which was totally real. It felt wonderful to actually see him after 10 years of waiting. So no, it's not. No, I'm here and he's there. Sure he wouldn't want to be here. I love your paintings, especially the Lost City. Oh, thank you. I've still got that one eye ego. Yes, and thank you for speaking to me the other day. It was very nice. So nice to hear from you. Replying to Karina, yes it is. Oh, wait a minute, oh dear. What's happened? Keep going over old ones. What does it feel like when Jonathan talks through you? Ah, yes, honey. Wonderful. It just feels lovely. It just feels so natural. It feels like it took years to trust, and I still question things sometimes. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. But it's good to trust because it does flow better when I do that. So, you know, some of you think, oh, it's me in trance. Is it me? Is it my mind? And God, the amount of times I ask that question to myself is unreal. So it's just normal. It's normal, but it does feel lovely. Obviously, yes, it does. When your guide comes to you, they give you unconditional love. So it's a wonderful feeling. Yes, I'm on the laptop, Shane. And hello, Lorraine. Sitting in the power, yeah, I don't really call it sitting in the power. Just ask spirit to come closer and sit in meditation. I haven't got any Any preferences? Some call them spirit teams and sin and power. I haven't really any name to call it. Hi Elaine, can you tell us about astral projection? Yes, Wendy Clayton. I've personally, I haven't felt myself astral projecting, but I've felt it starting in the trance one night, where I felt that I'd gone somewhere else in the trance, into these woods, and I felt my foot coming out of my own body, and that foot was transparent, so it did freak me out a bit because I wasn't used to it. So it felt a bit strange. So some people can astral project and they actually feel themselves and see their body sitting there. My dad used to do that quite a lot, being a physical medium. He would look at his body and then go off somewhere else. I thought, well, heck, feels a bit weird, I must admit. I hope that answers your question. It's where your ethereal body separates from the physical, and you're still attached to it with like a silver cord, a silver spiritual cord, and you're unable to rise up and out of your body. Is trance clear, like the person who's with the medium can have a proper conversation with whoever is... Wait a minute, that's a bit... Like the person who's with the medium can have a proper conversation with whoever is speaking through the medium? Yes, you can. You can have a proper conversation with my guide, and with your own guides. You can have conversations. They talk in your mind and press their thoughts onto your thoughts. Yes, they can do that. You can have a conversation. It can be about all sorts of things, but I don't think it'd be about trivial everyday things in our life, but you can talk to them, and it's lovely to be able to do that. Everything is done mind to mind there, and so they connect with our consciousness when they come and talk with us. Do you think you knew Jonathan? Yes, I did know him in the previous life, Debbie. I knew him in the life where I was Mary Ann Ellsworth, and I would just like to find more information about her so that I could find out a bit more about who I was. It's quite fascinating how we recognise the souls in life as to who we were connected with in that previous lifetime. Yes, we did. Why do you like butterflies? Oh, well, they're so beautiful, aren't they? My mother loved butterflies, and when she had cancer once, she had to go and see the specialist, and she asked Spirit to send her a sign that she would be okay, and all these butterflies flew in front of the car. And so in the end they called their circle the butterfly circle, and I always imagine the butterflies being a free spirit and the sign that they send to you that they're fine on the other side. So that's... And they're pretty little things, aren't they? They're so cute. They're lovely and so delicate. So I love them. And who doesn't love a butterfly, eh? Right. Hi, Elaine. I'm 61. I'm moving into a bungalow. Do you see this as a positive and happy move for me? Well, I think if you feel better going in there, the place has got a good energy, Sandra. You know, I can't see why not. If you feel happy in that place and it feels good to you to make a change in your life, then I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be happy. It's whether or not what sort of thought you put into it and how you want to be feeling happy with a change in your life. So I hope it goes well for you, yeah. Wallace Brown, law of attraction, cosmic ordering. Oh yes, what the other lady asked me. Yes, it is. It is. The power of thought is incredible. So if you think of something that you want to receive in life, it doesn't mean about winning the lotto. It usually brings you things you need rather than what you want. So for instance, I'll think of something trivial. I wanted a new sofa for years, and I wished for a new sofa. Years later, a new sofa came into my life and I didn't have to pay a penny for it. Same with the cooker as well. So that... things that you want to do in your life as well, you know, things that you're passionate about, bringing them into your life, that's kind of tuning your mind to the universe and thinking, well, that, yes, I'm going to see myself in, say, what, 8, 10 years time. I'm going to be doing this, that, and the other. That's how you've got to see it as. You've got to actually visualize what you want out of life, and then it comes to you. How important do you think sitting in the group development is for developing more extreme forms of mediumship, like physical phenomenon, voice changes, and trance, like you and Jonathan produce? Can one get the same results sitting alone? Some people actually prefer to sit alone, but I think if you're going into trance, Emily, it's best to have somebody to watch over you. I don't think starting it alone is, because then you don't know what's happening to you, do you? If you don't feel right or you feel uncomfortable in any way, it's best to have somebody to keep an eye on you, and especially with physical mediumship, of course. If you want somebody to see you in that state and keep an eye on any changes that are happening to you, it's good to have somebody to sit that knows what they're doing. So yes, I would recommend don't sit alone with it to start with, okay? And it's learning control as well, when and where the spirit can come and use you and respect you. So yeah, that's what I recommend. Okay, some more questions here. Yeah. Well done, Susan Treppleton, for asking. Now, Susan Treppleton said, I asked my question to the cosmic and it worked merely. I asked for abundance in life and opportunities, and it's happened. Yes, just ask for abundance and love if you need it too. So, Hel Erickson is asking, so where are you when you step aside for Jonathan? What happens to the ego in that situation? I guess we've all got an ego, and that stays with us as humans. That's why we sometimes doubt our mediumship, because whatever we can't see, we doubt. But some of it, the ego steps aside with trust. That's where it steps aside. When you learn to trust, you put your ego aside, because they haven't got an ego in spirit. So we put our ego aside, and that's how we let some of it go. You see, it's trust. Hope that answers your question. Mia, do you have a mentor? Someone who guided you through your journey, someone you trusted, and are you sitting for physical mediumship? I was, Maya. I sat for physical mediumship for 6 years and we didn't seem to get any result. We did see things moving about, but we didn't have physical movement, unfortunately. I've got my dad's trumpet there, but with all the COVID thing happening, it all came to a stop for a bit. So, do you have, Wallace, do you have a drawing of the person you were with in a past life with Jonathan? Have you seen her in a vision? Well, no, I don't. No, I'd love a drawing of who I was in the past life. That would be amazing. But Jonathan tells me I looked similar, but had blonder hair. I thought, oh, no wonder I love blonde hair then. So to find a photo of that would be incredible. That would really be the icing on the cake. Let's go. I saw you shopping. Oh, were you the lady that come up to me in Morrison's? I saw you shopping, Debbie Woodhams, and really wanted to come and say hi. I admire your work so much, but I didn't want to disrespect your shopping time. The most boring thing, shopping. You could have come up to me, Debbie. If you see me again, you're welcome to come and speak. I don't ignore people. I am a bit shy, I must admit, but I don't ignore people. So if you want to come and say hello while I'm shopping, it doesn't worry me. I'm fine, okay? That's fine. Now, Darlene is asking, when I'm painting, when you're painting your art, how do you have others' guides come through and paint through you, or is it Jonathan painting? They are also beautiful. Thank you, darling. It's lovely. I just feel when I put the music on, they're around me. And I just feel as if I want to join their world for a bit and ask them to bring the light through and inspire me. And I just feel part of me is involved in that as well, because I feel the person's energy, and perhaps if I'm painting where the loved one is, they show me, it comes out of the paint. It literally comes out of the paint. I mess about with the paint, and then I can see things in it. A bit like Emma sees her guides when she draws them for people. It starts to appear in the painting. So music, painting, they go hand in hand. It's absolutely beautiful. Do we have only one main guide that is with you all of your life from Maria? Or do we have a number of guides? You have one main guide that stays with you, Maria, and then you have others that have connected with you in other lifetimes, and they come as to help you as well. So I guess they guide you in some way, but they're not the main guide. Hope that answers your question. Joseph Vanek. I currently do not participate in a trance mediumship group. Do you suggest doing so? What are your thoughts on group practice? Well, as long as if you're sitting in that group and you all resonate together, there's no jealousy, animosity, great or less than another, and you feel comfortable with all them sitters, then that's good. Yeah. That's, if you're going to find a group that you feel comfortable with, then you can sit with them. Groups is good because you can discuss how you feel with each other afterwards when you come round, and they can all keep an eye on each other. So I recommend that, yes. Sharon Clark. Hi, darling. Could you tell us a bit about when you first heard spirit speak to you prior to trance and how you hear spirit? Yeah. I sometimes get thoughts, like we all do. We all get this, like a sudden thought come into our heads, don't we? Say like if you get a loved one and you suddenly think of them, and all of a sudden a thought will come into your head that is random, and you think, oh, wasn't thinking of that. Yes, so that sounds like my mother. Or sometimes when we lay down and we prepare to go to sleep, we might hear them, and we hear them in the distance, and they might say a random word, or they might say several words. So that's, I think we all get that. We all have it, Some of us ignore it because we might just think it's our thoughts. But usually it's when you're least expecting it that it happens. And that's a wonderful thing. So if they do come and speak to you, Sharon, don't ignore them. Just acknowledge them. Okay. When I first heard spirit, I think I was quite amazed about it. I must say, it's quite a fascinating thing, and I did question it. I thought, oh, was that my thought? Was it really them? But over time, you begin to understand that it's not you. Wallace, do you believe some victims have a soul contract with their murderer? I asked, this came up in a discussion, George Floyd and that policeman. Yeah, I've often wondered that. I don't know the answer to that really, but I've often wondered if some purpose or some greater purpose was to come out of that. With all what's going on, maybe it had to be a truth came out, and that soul chose to bring it about. I love all your work, Siobhan, and your art is so beautiful, inspiring. I have a reading with you soon, and I'm so very looking forward to it. I can't wait to find out further about my spirit. Oh, thank you, Siobhan. That's lovely. Thank you for saying that, and I look forward to meeting you. Robin, hello. Do you have some sort of routine for giving spirit office hours? Office hours. Oh dear. Well, yeah, I've got to be myself sometimes. I've got to use my logic state of mind, Robin, and do the shopping and other earthly things in my life and formal things. Yeah, so I don't think there's a minute I don't think about them, I know I should get on with my life sometimes, but it's very difficult when you're so involved in it every day. You have to do other things and concentrate on the logic state of mind. So yeah, they step back when I do that. Michelle, Elaine, has Jonathan ever given any indication that spirit are aware of other? Yes, like Jonathan says, we have this. You're probably going to think I'm nuts when I say this, but we have this Zordon come through, and it sounds like some sort of galactic program of the TV, but it wasn't. Honestly, his healing felt like something else. And I expect they do go to the same sort of spirit world, but in another realm or something. They use consciousness to communicate with us. They're very advanced in that. I have heard a few stories. One my daughter told me that in this town, all of these people were abducted. Not all of them, but a lot of them were abducted in this town back in many, many years ago. And when they came back, when they were returned again, they said that the beings had connected with their consciousness. They connected to them through consciousness. That's amazing. That really is. So they are way advanced. A bit of a block at the moment, struggling to connect with my guides. Shell Cole, do you have any advice, please? Yeah, don't try too hard, Shell. Just ask them to come to you gently and to respect your wishes, and to ask them, like Jonathan says, ask them to send you signs that they're around, like little signs, a bit like butterflies or something, wording or anything that they could send a sign to you that they are around, and that will help you. Hopefully they will do that for you. Right. Have you been to the other side, and how did you find it? I've dreamt in lucid dreams quite a few times. Yes, I have. I've been there a few times. I don't think I went right in, although my brother did show me hundreds of souls with just bodily shapes in golden light in the heavens. Oh, it was just incredible. I could explain the whole thing, but I won't, because I know other people have questions. But a few times I've been there, and it's been incredible. Lisa Pearl, hello Lisa, what advice can you give for being able to really hear your guides? It always feels like a one-way conversation. I keep expecting to hear them in a clairaudient way, like actual voices, but it hasn't happened yet. Can't see the rest of that. Yeah, just quietly listen. Don't struggle to hear them. They always come to you when you least expect it, which is, it's strange, because I think they do that because you'll believe it more if you're not struggling to think about it. So again, like the other person that asked the question, just ask them to send you signs, or ask them to say one word, perhaps clairaudiently. I've got the word out now. I can't get the word out. Yeah, ask them to send you information that way. I think that's the easiest way to do it. I asked Jonathan to send me signs, and he does. All of my loved ones do. Like you said a few minutes before, Mia, sometimes it feels like spirit come when you don't expect it. I feel that's more intensive than when I ask for. They come strong and I'm not thinking. Yeah, see, when you let go everyone, and you don't struggle and crave to have them there, that's when they usually come to you. That's the time, and mostly when you're laying there and preparing to sleep, they do come to you. Hello Elaine, I'm so amazed at your work, and I'm seeing my beloved ones who've left the earth for lot in mud. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely, Maria. I feel good when I go into trance. I do feel good, yeah. Connecting with them is the most beautiful thing. I can't think of anything better to do with my day, It's just feels so good. It should do to all of us. But just don't struggle, They'll only come through when they want to. You can't force them to. They'll come when they're meant to. Simon Harris, do you think there will be more circles sitting for physical mediumship, as there seems to be a lot of talk about this? I think the mediumship and trance is phenomenal. Thanks for taking time out tonight. That's fine. Yeah. Physical mediumship is what my father did, and it's so scrutinised. I think it puts a lot of people off. They don't want to go public with it. They keep a lot of these circles private if they're going to do it, and they allow only so many sitters, and it's scrutinised because a lot of it's done in blue light or red light, and people question it because it's in the dark, and they might think you're running around. Well, I know for a fact my dad was not running around. Really, the way you can tell is if a physical hand covers the trumpet, it will cover the luminous paint on the trumpet. So when spirit holding that trumpet, the luminous paint will still show on the other end of it, the top end of the trumpet. And that's how I found out that my dad was not running around the room with that trumpet. God dear, that's something else. So I think there will be, but they will be more home circles, not so many public ones. It's very complex physical mediumship and very delicate. So you ought to be careful with it, you know. Okay. Alright, sorry, I'm trying to scroll here and not missing one. I have been told in a reading I have met or made contact with ETs. I know I've got my initials ET. I know I've seen this spacecraft. Have they taken me or tried to contact me? You know, they are trying to get in touch with our world. They're trying to teach us things. They're trying to teach us a lot of things. Obviously, there's negative and positive in their world, but positive ones would try to teach us things about connecting with our consciousness and knowing that we have energy in our world that we haven't yet used. Teaching us to use how to use parts of my mind, or our mind, sorry, and the consciousness. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Hi Elaine, Kiki. Hello Kiki. Hi Elaine. For quite a long time I've felt vibrations in my body, especially in the morning when I wake up. Yes, it has happened to me. It happens in my feet. And it comes and goes, and sometimes it lasts for days and then it goes away. And then sometimes it comes back again. My feet vibrate, my legs, the tops of my legs. I don't know if that's the energy in our body vibrating, but obviously if you feel something's wrong, get it checked out. But yeah, a lot of people felt that. I've heard that from a lot of people. Some people say, oh, it's stress, but I don't believe it. I think it's something to do with our inner vibration that is so happy that we've become spiritual. Forgive me if I'm wrong, because I don't know it all, believe me. Nobody does, but I have felt it, yeah. And only this past few months, recently, so it didn't happen before. What's this? Oh yeah, that's an answer. Right, Paul Buck. Hello, Paul. Lovely to see you, Paul. Hope you're keeping. Yes, I'm fine, thanks. Paul Buxton, everyone, was and his good lady. I forget her name now. Terrible. They took me to the Islington Church to see the church. Oh, they're amazing. They were a brilliant couple. They were. I loved them. I miss them both. Miss you both. I hope you're still together. I hope you're still together. Yeah, I know. That day was so emotional, and I still thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for doing that. I hope we can meet again sometime, all of us. Really, I do. Maya says, interesting because we talked about ETs. How does the spirit world, let's call them human spirits, come along with ETs? Some of them communicate with each other. Some of them communicate with each other. Interesting. Can't quite fathom that one. Because we all talked about ETs. How does spirit world, let's call them. Well, I guess that they're in a spirit world as well, from another realm, I expect, and they come with spirit. They come to join us as consciousness. They are trying to get us to connect through consciousness. We are one mass consciousness in this world. And they're trying to get us to use that because it's so powerful. So I don't know if that is all the questions, everyone. I'm going through some of the others, make sure I haven't missed anybody out. See here. Doesn't seem to be any more questions after Maya. So if anybody else has got any questions, do put them on here and do let me know if I've missed you out, because I'm going to be going in a minute. I'm just scrolling through some of them. I think I've answered most of these. Okay, has everybody asked the questions that I wanted to ask? I hope I've answered. There's another one. John Rappel. Hello, John. How long does it take to develop from doing trance mediumship readings in a traditional way and progressing? You know, it varies. It varies with all of us. I heard of one man that used to sit for 3 whole years, no speaking of spirit whatsoever. And eventually he went into this deep trance that he never knew anything of. And after the third year, they just came and spoke. So I don't know if he did mediumship readings beforehand, but I can't say how long, John, because we all progress in different ways, in different times, so we can't all be the same. Some are quicker than others. Hello, Lucy. How you doing, darling? When we think of our loved ones who are in spirit, do they feel it? Yes, they do. They do. I connect with my dad, who you didn't get to meet, but I connect with him quite a lot, and my mum. And if we're worried about things, they do come and visit us. They are beside us. We can't see them, but they're there. And they do see things in advance. But yes, if we think of them, then they do know that we're thinking of them, and they come and join us. So if you're thinking of your granddad, he is with you, Lucy. And he said he's glad that you're happy, that he's free. Is that really your guy's grave? How did you feel? Now, we did, tell the truth, most of them graves, Maya, were absolutely worn away, weather beaten, broken, so we didn't get a name on a grave, I'm afraid. I would have loved to, but years ago when I did call the people that had the church, they said because that church was bombed in the Second World War, which is what Jonathan previously told us about, it come true, it was true. He said a lot of the graves would have been damaged there, and some of the bodies would have been exhumed from those graves and moved to other churches. So I don't really know what happens there. Where are we? It was breathtaking to walk in that church, though. I'll tell you, I'm not Christian or anything like that, you know, I'm not religious, but knowing that you've been in there, wow, it's just so emotional. And they got me to go into trance in that church. I thought, oh my goodness, how can I go into trance in here? You know, if somebody walks in here, they're going to think that, you know, it's wrong. But nobody did, and he had great respect for the place. And it was so emotional. I can't tell you how much. We all cried. Oh, we all cried. We did. It was something else. It's like closure, I think. It's a wonderful feeling, but emotional. Nigel Wood. Hi, Elaine. First time here. I don't consider myself to be psychic, though do often feel spirit energies. My interest is in spirit communication, ITC, using equipment. Oh, wow. Have you heard of Stephen Huff, Nigel? Go on YouTube. The American guy has been doing it for over 10 years, and he's got some fantastic equipment. He builds his own spirit radio boxes, and he's got some fantastic ones on there. He's communicating with Michael Jackson. All real, he said. It's all real. None of it's fake. It's all real. So watch him on there, Steve Huff, and you can subscribe to his channel. It's brilliant, really is. So I believe in it. If you go on my Facebook page, there's a video that Shane has kind of put over the top of my trance, And when we went to our friend's house to do an evening, she's the next day she sat and did like a meditation talk. And when she played the mobile recording back, my guide's voice was on there saying that was awfully nice of you. And of course, Shane's put the EVP recording over the top of my trance, and the two voices sound exactly the same. Sounds the same with Jonathan, me in trance, and that voice that appeared on there. And I've been at her house doing a demo the night before. Something else. He wanted to show me that he was real, so that was his way of doing it. And I couldn't thank him enough. That's his voice, all right. Go on there and have a look. I think if you're doing it the right way, you're doing it, you know, spirits of the light and protection, and you know what you're doing, then I think it's a really good way of connecting with your loved ones. But obviously, prayer, protection, all around it, when you start, when you finish, you know, so it's brilliant. Okay, I might be going a bit slow with these questions. I'm trying to reach 100-word limit, Elaine. So difficult to do so. I appreciate hearing you speak again. Thank you for sharing. I've not seen myself do trance. Should I record it? Yes. Yes, go ahead, Joseph. Do record it. Yeah, I think you should. Because then you'll know if it's truly happened. And yeah, I think it's amazing to listen back to, because you won't always remember what the guide has said. So yeah, I think recording it is a very good idea. And it gives you peace of mind that it's all actually happening. Hello, Elaine from Lisa. Thanks for taking the time to talk with everyone. I allow questions. Hope you're taking care of yourself, getting enough rest. Yeah, I do try. I do try. When you dedicate your life to this, it's something you choose to do. I'm not forced to do it, but I do try to get some sleep. But thank you for supporting everyone. Lisa, can you speak to the ebb and flow of development? I'm developing medium. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing great and progressing, then poof, it disappears for a while. My clairs keep shifting too, which I know is normal. But do they come back? Yeah, once you're spiritual, that's it. You're always spiritual. It doesn't change. I think they step back for a while sometimes if they feel that you've got other purposes in life, and then they never leave you. They're always there. It's just you may have things going on in your life that require something of concentration, and it does come back to you. It never leaves. Once it's there, it's always there. It will. You just got to believe it. It'll come back when, you know, like he says, divinity of time. It hasn't left you, believe me, it hasn't. Okay. The large flashes of blue light from Wallace is getting more frequent. Even the size and height of my bay windows. Wow, that's incredible. Do you know what this means? No, I'm not having a Specsavers moment. Yeah, you got a sense of humour there, Wallace. No, you're seeing things. That's amazing. Do tell us more about it on there, because we'd love to hear about it on your page. Any spiritual experience, and I'm in on it, you know, seeing amazing things like that, it's incredible. You're very lucky to see all that. I used to film the orbs in my bedroom, but I haven't done it for quite a long time. And one appeared, and it just formed. Instead of flying about like the bits of dust, it just formed on my dressing table, and it's so bright. And then it moved in between the curtains, and I thought, that's crazy. I wish to develop my existing mediumship skills again. I had some bad experience when my energy on a spirit. Yeah, I don't like them spirit board things, Siobhan. I don't trust them. I don't like them. I wouldn't recommend using them if you know what you're doing and everything else. But yeah, I wouldn't bother with those spirit boards. Just use what you got in here, this consciousness bit. And do protect yourself. I do recommend protection and closing down afterwards. I've been taught that through experiences I've had in the past. So please do don't mess about with them things. I don't really like them myself. That's my advice. It's up to you whether you take it. Okay, Laura, it's amazing that you have this gift to connect. So when we think of our lost ones, they do know and they're aware. That's really good to know, Elaine. Would love to know my great grandma. Yeah, talk to her. Talk to her, Laura. And I'm sure she'll send you a sign if you ask her to. Now, signs are the best things ever, because once you get a sign, that's confirmation that they have actually heard what you've said and they're around. And that helps you to believe in it more. And always ask them for signs. They will send them to you. They're good at that. How can we imagine spirit world around as is there is always someone around us, or only in special occasions? So like when we're thinking about them, yeah. Sometimes they come in when we least expect it, because a medium came and told me, Maya, she said, your dad's been in your kitchen because he said you've not put the plastic bags in the cupboard neatly, you've just stuffed them all in. Now, I wasn't thinking of him then, I was just stuffing plastic bags in my cupboard. But he knew about it. So they do come around when you don't expect it as well. I don't mean in the bathroom or anything like that, but they do. They probably look at something. Look at her stuffing all the plastic bags in cupboards. My mum would have a field day if she saw what I did. She was such a tidy woman. she I thought it was so funny when she said that, because it was true. There's proof that they're there with us, isn't it? You know, even if we're doing something we shouldn't be doing, plastic bags, stuffing them in. Oh dear. Oh, had a lot of questions. Thank you for sharing your time and knowledge. So interesting what you talk about here, what you experience. Thank you, Maya. Thanks for joining us this evening. Okay, Darlene, I have not done trance, so I feel like my guides are trying to connect. I feel them, and I'm getting tingling on the left side of my face, jaw, ear and neck. Not all the time, mostly when I sit in meditation. Plus my feet are tingling. Yeah, they're there with you. Yeah. Do you know what some people used to get in our group? They used to get an itchy nose. And they play games with you. Spirit do. Not nastily. That she'd come in and they think, oh, I'll tickle her nose, or I'll touch her face, and it feels a little bit like cobwebs when they touch your hair and touch your face. And that's their sign. They're letting you know that they're prepared to be with you. Okay. Love the calm order you are bringing to this chat. Taking each question so genuinely, answering each person, even if you don't end up demonstrating trance. I've felt interested in learning it more. My teacher said it's not time. And as you... Sorry, I'll just get the rest of it. Still wondering... Oh, yeah, sorry. There's a question. Thank you. That's all right. I don't mind giving a bit of time every now and again. You've got to give a little bit back to the people that support you. Hello, Jonathan and Elaine. I think there's something bad in my home making me sick. Please help. Let me know what is happening. Well, I recommend that if you're worried about that sort of thing, ask for God and the angels to come in and remove whatever. It's not necessarily a nasty soul or anything like that. It might not be, but it could be negative energies that have built up. You know, things that have happened in your life that you might be holding on to and not letting you go rather. Sorry, but I think that if you're worried about it, do get someone in to clear the energies of the home and help for you to feel better. Do you know what? Sometimes negative things can be in bits of furniture, you know. I used to have a wardrobe that used to bang in the night. I used to be terrified of it. This was in another house, not in this house. And it was quite an old wardrobe that I bought, a second-hand wardrobe that was there. And I thought, I'll just have that for my clothes to go in, because I just moved in. And it started cracking in the night. And I thought, what is that? And then it got louder and louder. And I thought, I want rid of that wardrobe. So pieces of furniture, people do get haunted. Sometimes I don't know why they do it, but they seem to hang around it. I'm not sure why it happens, but I think that they need help to be let go of. And I know that wardrobes do not crack on their own, so I know it had something attached to it. Okay. Right, I need to move down there. So I'm not looking at the screens, I'm looking at the questions. Hello, Jonathan, Elaine. I think there's something. Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah, please do get help with that. I have got a lady. If you're not in the UK, I have got a lady that you can contact that deals with all that sort of thing, and she does it remotely as well. So, and she's very good. So do message me, and I can always pass her number on. If she's still doing it, I'm not sure. Thank you for all your guidance. It's been an honour to have sessions with you and Jonathan. Much love. Thank you. I've asked this question, this is from Wallace, and was told I need to write 100 words. Okay, I want to ask how your daughter present. Yeah, she's getting there, Wallace. Much better than she was, thank you. She's still got a few symptoms of it, but she's eating very healthily now. And I think, poor girl, she's been through absolute hell. And I asked every night for Spirit to come and give her healing, and everybody sent her healing, so I thank them for that. And I swear that's helped. I do believe in the power of prayer. So, yeah, she's much better now than she was. Slow improvement, I think. Many people have complained that they've had symptoms going on for what seemed like months after the illness, weeks, months. It's not a pleasant thing, I must say. But I'm sure that healing will continue for her. I know that it will. Dave Redknapp. Hi, Elaine and Jonathan. I really appreciate all the two of you do for others. I've gained so much from my recent sitting. Still trying to go into trance, but so far not been so. Like I said earlier, Dave, I don't know if you missed that. It takes different amounts of time with all of us. Like that other man I mentioned, it took him 3 years for the guides to speak. Now, obviously, they haven't got time on their side, so they know when you're perfectly ready. And they've got to get used to blending with your energy. That's new to them as well, because we're physical and they're spiritual, and they have to slow their vibrations down in order to join us. So it can't be easy for them. It must be pretty hard. So please don't worry about it. Just keep going, keep plugging away at it, and just know that it will come in the end. Okay. Thank you for the advice, Elaine from Siobhan. It's gladly taken. I haven't used the spirit board since I was 17. Yeah, young people do use these things and they don't know what they're doing. I'm 42 now. It just scared me away from mediumship. I'm strong enough and protected enough now to feel it's time to develop my... Yes. In a safe way. It's got to be in a safe way, believe me. And use the raw energy wisely. Yeah, that's what I say. I wish you luck with it, Siobhan. Take good care of yourself. Okay, I think I shall be going off here in a minute. Oh, Robert and Lisa Moe. Hi, Elaine. I really love hearing about your personal experiences. It's nice to know about what has happened along the way. Oh, thank you. I saw you before, didn't I? You stayed up till, goodness knows, I think it was you that stayed up to the early hours of the morning to see it live. I did, thank you. Right, Michelle, thank you so much for your time this evening. Hope to join you again. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's so lovely listening to you. I used to be petrified of the dark, but since my mum passed, I feel so much calmness. Yeah, she probably takes away your fear. I mean, dark is dark, and I think we're taught to in life to think that dark is evil, but the dark night, if you go outside and look at the stars and look at the universe, it's actually quite beautiful. So, but I do leave the whole light on at night because I don't like getting up in the dark, so I'm still scared of the dark. Oh dear, things that go bump in the night. Oh yeah. Oh, hello, Mandy. Hi, Elaine, Jonathan. Hope we can get together soon. Have missed it all. Yes. Now, Amanda is absolutely amazing. She is amazing. Her trance is something else, you know. I'll keep telling her she's got to use it. She's got a guide called Sue Lee, and he heals her in trance, and it's something else. It really is. He's given me healing, and he's shown her so much, and he's her twin soul, and they are amazing together. They're just as one, just like Jonathan and I. But he doesn't speak. But I've seen him. He's actually shown me himself so clear, so clear. And he smiled at me, and he was by these waters and a tree behind him. Oh, it's so, I'll never forget it as long as I live. I wanted to see him, so I asked him to show himself, and he did while I was in trance, and it was an incredible experience. You know, you get special people in this life with their mediumship. They are just something else. You experience something, and you just know that they're special. You just know. And she is one of them. She's a very special lady, good friend too. So lots of love to you, Mandy. Yeah, I'd love to get back. And considering she works with people that have passed over with funeral services, and then she brings them back again by contacting them spiritually. So that's lovely. Okay. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to... One more question, everyone. I connected from Lynn. I connected with my guide about 3 years ago. Recently, he has told me his name. Do you know, I kept getting that name, Rufus. Rufus sometimes comes to me. How funny you should say that. I'm not making it up either. I talk to him and he talks back. I hear a voice shouting out to me in the middle of the night. Could this also be him? Yeah, he's trying to get your attention. Oh, how strange. I wonder if he's King Rufus. I keep getting King Rufus, you know? So it might be him for you, know? He might have famous King Rufus. Thank you, Elaine. Wish I could see his face. I did, honestly. I did. If I could take a picture of that moment, I'd give it to you. I really would. The only way you can see his face is get Emma Mather to try and draw him for you and see if he'd come out. I think you did, I'm not sure, but yeah. Right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining me. And I don't know if my son Tom's watching. He might be working. I know Lucia, so thank you, Lucy, for watching. And all of you, okay? So keep up with the good work, everyone. And don't doubt yourselves. Please don't doubt yourselves. Just keep going. All right? Don't doubt what's so beautiful out there, because, you know, you don't want to miss out on that. Really, you don't. Okay? So I'm going to end the live now, and everybody have a good night's rest, and I'll speak to you again soon, all right? God bless everyone. Bye.